Let's check out the injury report. 5 players unavailable tonight.
5 players unavailable tonight. A lot of minutes and shots to go around.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. And for Brooklyn, DeAndre Jordan is out there with Green. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Harris. And it's Harden in at the guard position.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role. And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Nobody near George. Offensive rebound. Harden scanning the floor. In the corner, it's Harris. Irving from long range. It's hauled in by Zubac. Jackson finds Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Jackson against Green. Zubac trying to break loose. Kicks it out to Leonard. Here's Batum. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Here's Harden. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Now, here's Zubac. Pass to Jackson. The shot misses. The Nets go the other way with it. Irving attacking. Harden can't hit. And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Nets making a change here. Brown's checked in. Outside, George. Left block shot on the way. Makes it off the glass.
There's real synergy in play right now on the offensive end. The pass was right where it needed to be.
Nets trail by 5. Outside Irving. Pass to Jordan. Unloads from 9. And he hits the jump shot.
When DJ's working the catch and shoot aspect of his game, boy, you know he feels good.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. George dishes to Leonard. And it's good for 2.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Irving against Jackson. The kick out to Irving. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Brooklyn making some changes. Aldridge comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And Nicholas Claxton subbed in for Jeff Green. And then for Los Angeles, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Here's George. And it's good off the back rim and in. George has got 5 points so far.
But you love how Paul George gets his feet under him first on these catch and shoot. His pre-shot routine is so important.
Irving passes to Aldridge. He kicks it to Harris. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Clippers leading by 5. Outside, George. It's hauled in by Harris.
Great contest by the defender, but that's a dunk you've got to put down in his face.
Brown the pass to Claxton. Out to Harris. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. James Harden is checked in for Kyrie Irving. The Clippers have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Here's Patterson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Well, I think this is where they'd like to see Patrick Patterson be effective, get his points in tight, make nice, efficient moves to the rim.
Harden gets the bucket.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 5-point game. And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Luwawu is checked in for the Nets. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo. There's 14 seconds left in the first. Now Harden. 6 points for him. And the jam by Harden.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
We've got Irving. He's out there with Brown. Griffin is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Claxton in at the 4-man position. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Fires for 3. Rondo, no good. Brooklyn trailing. Outside Irving. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Clippers shooting 43% from the floor. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, see, Marcus Morris has the physicality and the frame to be able to be a force on the offensive glass. That's nicely done.
Irving against Rondo, and Griffin slams it in.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Rondo drives in, and it's sent back by Aldridge. To the inside. And it's Brown that time on the assist by Irving. Irving's got 3 assists tonight. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Jackson against Harden. Here's Zubac. Goes back up. He can't get it to go. Jordan with some nice D. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with. Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
For Brooklyn, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And Griffin has battled knee injuries during his career, but his persistence is incredible. Still a nightly double-double threat.
Green, he's checked in for Irving. And George, here we go. And taken away by Brown. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Bucket is good. Harden's got 10 points.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Here's George. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Brooklyn with the ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Here's Harden. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
For Brooklyn, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
You know, it tells you something about Harden that he's led the league in free throw attempts so many times. This man is always in attack mode.
The Nets making a switch here. Harris has checked in. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. George, no good.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Jackson drives in. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Harris against Leonard. 14 feet away. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Leonard. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Harden outside. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. And the dunk by Jordan.
What about the intensity? Go ahead, Mr. Jordan. We see you working out there.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Jackson. And he overshot that one, missing.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Clippers trail by 8. Nobody near Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers missing. The Nets have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And Green gets it to go.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Jackson against Brown. Launches a 3. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Harris passes to Brown. From deep. It's hauled in by George.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Harden with it. 11 points in the game. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harden's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 13 points. Whoop. And that does it for our...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Ivica Zubac. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the 2. Irving against George. Aldridge. The shot off that time. Great D that time from Batum. Here's Jackson. And he lays it straight in. And that's now 6 points for Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Down low. And Aldridge slams it in.
Woo-hoo! Kyrie Irving Irving doing work with the pass. That's pretty.
Clippers trail by 8. George looking around. High post, Zubats. To the inside. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Greg, so many people know your story. Born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people, you know, has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the laurels of the game of college basketball.
A nice shot by Irving.
Well, sometimes it's about shot selection, and Kyrie Irving finds the weakness in the defense consistently.
Here's Mann. Pass to Zubats. Leonard on the wing. From 11 feet away. Outside for Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. Leonard on the wing. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Leonard, the pass to Zubats. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. To the middle, Jackson finds Zubats.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Outside Irving. To the paint, Claxton. The kick out to Irving. Fires the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Irving's got his third bucket of the night. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Mann passes to Zubats. Takes it out to Leonard. Back to Zubats. And he drops it in from the low post. Zubats has got 6 in the quarter.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
And the basket is good.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Here's Mann. And a miss there on the triple. Brooklyn leading by 10. Outside Irving. Inside. Here's Aldridge. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got assist number 5 here tonight.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
And that one, good.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got the lead up to 12 now for Brooklyn.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
Here's Irving. 2 points. That one goes. Irving's got 15 points in just the second half.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And so is Brooklyn, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Irving. He's out there with Harden. Aldridge out there with Luwawu. And it's Claxton in at the power forward position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Harden against Rondo. Now the pass to George. Lets it go to the inside. Here's Kennard. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Rondo drives in. Passes to Patterson. Outside, Batum. Banked in off the glass.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
Harden finds Irving. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Irving's got 7 now in this quarter.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Rondo dishes to George. Back to Rondo. Now here is George. Guarded closely. Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Nets leading by 13. Harden outside. Irving from long range. The Clippers grab the miss. Here's Rondo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, Rondo just isn't afraid of getting hammered on the inside. Remarkable at getting under the skin of his opponents and forcing the issue.
And that one misses. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba was one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
Well, you love the energy out there. Paul George is an extremely confident, extremely versatile player, and he brings a great level of activity to both ends.
Harden finds Jordan. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Back to Harden. Pass to Irving. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Lets it go from deep. That one's no good. Takes him to 10 for 15 for the game. Here's George. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. With the teardrop, Irving misses. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 10. And it's Leonard missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
A shot's good from Irving.
How about the great body control by Kyrie Irving, one of the best small men in the league at converting through contact.
Rondo against Harden. Rondo's shot is good.
But just tremendous composure on the interior. Read the defense, take advantage of the situation, and deliver.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth.
Yeah, nice effort there in tracking down the long rebound.
Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, this guy is such a physical presence. Kawhi, phenomenal at finishing on the post. Possesses great touch and great length.
Outside Irving. There's the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Irving's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Nets.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Nets.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kyrie Irving.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jeff Green is checked in for Griffin. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Bruce Brown. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Chiozza. That three off the mark. Now the Clippers moving it up. Jackson's got the ball. The shot's good.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Chiozza. Guarded by Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Griffin.
11 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Jackson. Yes!
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
From deep. Can't get it to fall. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the five for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson, and it's George in at the shooting guard position. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 roaming the paint. Now here's Covington. Nurkic can't hit.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Leonard gets it to go. Terrific talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
The Clippers grab the miss.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for.
Look at that.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Now here's Lillard. McCollum up top over George. Shot clock at 5. Lillard finds McCollum. Takes the 3. Lillard misses.
Their focus next trip has to be getting a high-quality shot. I mean, they don't want to start the game 0 for 5.
George passes to Leonard. Leonard on the wing. Fires the 3. Rebound by Nurkic.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Jackson misses. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
I like to see this Lillard patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
Now here's Jackson. Passes it to Zubac. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. So for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Jusuf Nurkic. And Anthony subbed in for Derek Jones. Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Rondo comes in for Jackson. Stolen by Kanter. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's McCollum. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely.
Oh, what body control from McCollum. This guy's just a scorer. He takes on all comers.
Rondo passes to Leonard. Patterson against Kanter. Now the feed to George. Stolen by Kanter. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Covington finds Lillard, and he hits it to tie the game up.
Terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Now Anthony. Paul George missing from long range. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Now he's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And the wide open shot from Morris. And again, unable to change momentum here. The 3 from McCollum. No good on that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Kennard, the pass to Mann. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Morris inside. Anthony on him. Here's Kennard. Makes it off the glass.
It's Kennard's ability to create that sets him apart. I mean, gets inside, finds himself a shot.
McCollum outside. Pass to Simons. Feeds it to Kanter. Count it.
A true inside-outside player. We know Kanter can hit a 3, but he's at his best closer in.
The Clippers have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Outside Rondo. Here's Kennard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
One of the more efficient shooters in the NBA. Kennard's range poses a big challenge for opponents.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Giles comes in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Little in for Anthony Simons. Now here's Powell. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And no good to start the night, missing his first attempt there. Here's Mann. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. Now here's Little. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. A good close contest so far as we've... And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it...
This game, it's...
You know this, it takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kennard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Mann in at the 2. Simons surveying the D. Here's Nurkic. Teardrop shot. Count it. Good.
Well, I love Nurkic's shot selection. I mean, outstanding at getting to his spots and converting.
Outside Jackson. And it's Zubac atop the key. Kicks it to Morris. Offline with his 3. Anthony down low. Guarded by Jackson. That one good for 2.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now here's Jackson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. They're great talkers over the years. Trash talkers on the floor in this league. You think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg? Or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that.
No, we don't do that.
Here's Covington. He feeds it to Jones. Here's Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Over Jackson. And it's Lillard missing. The Clippers in the lead. Here's Leonard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Rondo comes in for Reggie Jackson. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
And that one drops.
Such a smart play. Lillard willing to take the jumper from the mid-range.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. Outside Leonard. And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Outside Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Back to George. 5 to shoot. Three-pointer.
An area where McCollum must continue to work on it. It helps whenever he's making an impact on defense.
Here's Covington. Kicks it out to McCollum. Nurkic dishes to Jones. Back to Nurkic. Outside Covington. It's deflected. Leonard against Jones. And Jones sends it back. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. Norman Powell comes in for Jones. Now here's Powell. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Up top, Kanter. Leonard with the steal. George against McCollum. A nice shot by George. And the Clippers lead by 3.
And this is why you get George the ball there. He's solid at figuring out how to capitalize.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Portland again missing. LA's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Outside for Rondo. Outside, George. From downtown. And Kanter pulls it down. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Wow, speed of Lillard. So masterful at making decisions in a fast break situation.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside, Batum. Here's George. His shot is good. Scores his 3rd basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%.
He doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
Lillard outside. Offensive rebound. Kanter kicks to Powell. And a deep 3 from Lillard. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The largest lead they had was 6. And that should...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Clippers leading by 3. They've got Norman Powell. Nurkic is out there with Giles. Then it's Anthony, and it's Little in at the point guard position. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. And for Portland, they're shooting under 40% all in all for the game. And it's in there. Anthony's got 5 points so far.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
Nobody near George. It's good from long range. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Well, it was just a mystery what the defense was doing there. You never want to give him that much space outside the three-point line.
And here is Powell. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The pass to Carmelo. 6 to shoot. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, even a slight movement is going to catch a ref's eye. I mean, they're trained to focus on that.
Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum. Now, here's Zubac. Nice open look, but it's no good.
He's not going to miss that shot twice in a row. Trust me.
Powell, the pass to Nurkic. Stolen by Jackson. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And Morris throws it down.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
90 seconds now into the second half. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Connects from three-point range. Anthony's got 5 points now in the quarter. George with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. Kicks it out to Leonard. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Leonard on the wing. A three from Morris. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Powell, no one around him. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard finds Jackson. From 7. And it's Leonard missing.
He's lucky his teammates have picked up the slack for him. I mean, his shooting has been horrific.
Anthony against Leonard. Anthony dishes to Powell. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Yeah, and you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Leonard. And no good that time. Good work defensively by Anthony.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. He looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 8. Giles. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And here's George for 3. Los Angeles with another miss.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
And no good. Trying to use the glass. Clippers leading by 3. It's stolen by Little. Leonard against Anthony. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Anthony's got 10 points.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
And here's George for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Giles. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Giles has got the lead up to 1 now for Portland. George against Powell. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Lillard against Rondo. And that one is good. And the Clippers lead by 1.
For a guy that simply brings toughness to the hardwood, Rondo, he isn't bothered by a little contact.
36 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And he comes up with the deuce. He's got 10.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Outside Rondo. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Clippers have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And stolen by Lillard. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break Kings. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Back to Lillard. The tray. Cantor, the pass to Simons. 2 on the clock. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And don't sleep on Lillard's vertical. When he's going strong to the bucket, he's capable of throwdowns like these.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Portland out in front. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So for the Clippers right now, Patrick Patterson is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Mann in at the 2 guard. Just 5 to shoot. Traps in the tray. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
Well, and sometimes you just got to assume every 3 McCollum is going to take is going to go in.
Here's Rondo. Not going to go that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. Pass to McCollum. Shoots from 14. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
McCullough is fantastic at running the screen and roll. He knows how to use the pick to get space to shoot.
The drive by Rondo, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
Jones against Kennard. Jones kicks to McCollum. Covington passes to McCollum.
Love to see him battling in there. Go get it, little fella.
Here's Kennard. And Jones pulls it down. Trailblazers leading by 5. McCollum outside. Lets the 3 fly. Again, McCollum missing. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Offside Rondo. To the middle, Patterson. Can't cash in from close range. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. The 3. McCollum, no good.
Oh, defensive breakdown, and they can't capitalize. He'll hit that shot almost every time.
Oh, what a pass, and then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. McCollum left side. It's Covington on the wing. Lays it up and banks it in. Covington's got his first basket of the night.
Can't forget about Covington in these moments. He relishes any chance to knock down big shots.
Kennard against Jones. Now Kennard out to the wing. Rondo passes to man. Here's Batum, and it's blocked.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor's been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making better effort.
Covington dishes to McCollum. Jacks up a 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Now the Clippers moving it up. And now we've got the intentional foul. A different look now for Portland. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell comes in for Jones. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. Here's the floater. Here's Zubac. Lays it up off the glass.
And really at this stage of the game, to get those kinds of offensive rebounds for putbacks, you almost feel like it's a 4-point swing.
Oh, yeah, that is a huge play. It looked like they had to stop until he came to the rescue.
Batum against Lillard. Here's Anthony. After Lillard, it's Powell on the wing. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Lillard misses. The Clippers have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the 3rd. Pretty cold down the stretch. Now, here's George. Dishes to Leonard. Back to George. But they get it back. Takes it out to Leonard. Powell with the steal. We've got 33 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Here's Lillard. From deep 3-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some.
Clutch is Lillard's middle name. Time and time again. This guy comes through for his squad.
George way outside. Launches it. Connects from downtown.
And there was a time when folks said George wasn't a clutch shooter. Remember? Not anymore, people.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. Misses there. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it. That's a look at our setting tonight. So here are the starters for Los Angeles. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position. And the layup is good. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
That's why you got to push Giannis Antetokounmpo out of the paint. I mean, he's too long, too skilled, and very confident from this area. You got to get him out of there.
Now here's Jackson. Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to Jackson. Shoots it up. Rebounded by the Bucks.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Middleton for 3. Doesn't go that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And here's George for 3. He can't get it to go. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Holiday, Antetokounmpo trying to break loose. Holiday gets the bucket.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Outside Jackson. Right side George. Here's Zubac. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating. I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Back to DiVincenzo. No good on the triple. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And Batum kicks to George. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
A flat-out bulldog in the paint. Great job to follow his own shot there and get the basket.
To the paint. Lopez outside. Passes it to Middleton. Clock at 6. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Now, here's Patterson. Here's Rondo. Patterson, it's good on the putback.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Here's Holiday. Over to the wing. Portis kicks to Forbes. Holiday goes in. Can't connect from short range. Los Angeles leading by 4. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan. Not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter.
And so far, having trouble converting on the inside.
Yeah, those are the shots you want, but they've been trickling out on them, guys. They've just got to stay with it. Persist in getting those good shots inside, and they'll drop.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Yes, that goes in.
You know, this is the next step in his development. Forbes understanding when to look to score from there.
There's 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. Man can't hit. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Forbes the pass to Portis. And Portis throws it down.
Boy, nice job that time, guys, from Forbes, spotting the wide open man and dropping the dime.
Here's Rondo. Off target with his 3. The Bucks trail. Here is Forbes from deep. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
You know, that's really the biggest reason Forbes is out there, guys. Find space on the perimeter and knock down the three-point shot.
Rondo with a clean look. And that time, also a missed shot.
Boy, the defense got lucky there with him missing it. But they don't want to chance that again.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. This is what Giannis Antetokounmpo recently told us when he...
For me personally, I just want to know.
And for Giannis, Greg, the consistency from range has been a focal point.
The more accurate he is from outside, the wider the driving lanes become, making him nearly impossible to stop.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
They've got Chris Middleton. Bobby Portis out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Connaughton in at the 2. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Bucks leading by 3. Here's Connaughton. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now, here is Morris. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 6 to shoot. Man passes to Kennard. A three-pointer, no good. The Bucks shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. It's it alive. Kennard with the rebound. Clippers trail by 5. Swiped it away. Middleton against Kennard. Middleton can't get it to go. And Los Angeles guys shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Morris finds Rondo. Back to Morris. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Morris has got his first points of the night.
You know, Rondo's highest priority is to get his teammates open shots every trip. I mean, that's what makes him go and endears him to his teammates.
Here's Connaughton. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Now, here's Patterson. Rondo passes to Patterson. Tries again. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Bucks leading by 5. Connaughton kicks to Portis. Tucker the pass to Portis. Rebound by the Clippers. Patterson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Nice shot by Rondo. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. So it's the Clippers now, following the bucket by the Bucks. Here's Rondo. Rebounded by the Bucks. Portis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Here's Mann. 51 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here is Forbes. Here's Middleton. A beautiful reverse layup. And now it's a 9-point Bucks lead.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Now, here is Morris. Here's Rondo. It drops for his second made shot of this game. An unimpressive 2 of 7, though.
Rondo going right through the contact and scoring there. He's a lot tougher than he looks.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Middleton for 3. Hits it from 3-point range. Middleton's got the lead up to 10 now for the Bucks.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
Rondo can't get it to go.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
And so it's Milwaukee going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're feeling very confident shooting the ball with... Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They ended the period holding on to a slim 1-point lead. And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. And it's Zubac in at the center position.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And the 3-ball is good.
The improved touch of Jackson, especially from range, now making him a multi-dimensional threat.
There's the lob, and Antetokounmpo throws down the alley-oop slam.
Love the read there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, his basketball IQ is really impressive when it comes to alley-oop attempts.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
George against DiVincenzo. Here's Lopez. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Clippers trail by 11. Nobody near Leonard. That one a little long. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Middleton for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game. Middleton the pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's DiVincenzo. Middleton looking it over. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Boy, most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
And busting it up the floor, Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Middleton. Back to Holiday. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Giannis. And Giannis Antetokounmpo throws it down hard.
And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdowns.
Jackson finds Zubac. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Look, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
The shot by George, no good. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. Lopez dishes to Middleton. Misses the 3.
Yeah, I tell you what, for him, this has been a game to forget. But somehow they still find themselves with the lead.
A little extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
Not when he comes in there with that tomahawk. That's just too much force.
Tell you what, fellas, you cannot throw it down any harder than that. That was a rim rattler.
Holiday and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
The decision-making of Antetokounmpo is really brilliant, in a word. He knows when to spot up, he knows when to roll to the bucket off screen, and he knows when to give it up.
There's Jackson with the 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
A 3 for DiVincenzo. Clippers trail by 9. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Holiday against Jackson. Kicks it out to Giannis. And Giannis throws it down.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
George with the ball. Fires from deep. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
That's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Middleton. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for George. Rondo against Holiday. Rebound by the Clippers. Jackson kicks to Leonard. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And the dunk by Lopez.
The big fella, Lopez, able to weather the hit and make it happen.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. The Bucks shooting their first free throw tonight.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
Left side Rondo. The feed now to Morris. Knocked loose. Here's Connaughton. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Connaughton's got 10.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. E.J. Tucker is out there with Brook Lopez. Then it's Holiday. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 2. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Lopez finds DiVincenzo. And Holiday has it in the corner. Here's Lopez. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Patrick Patterson.
The up fake from Lopez working to perfection.
That free throw good from Lopez. And the Clippers making a change here. Batum's checked in. Good on both.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Rondo looking over the floor. Outside for Jackson. Rondo against Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. And they pick up 2.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Bucks leading by 14. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. The pass to Middleton. Now here's Tucker. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And the Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Rajon Rondo. DiVincenzo against George. It's good.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the dunk by Giannis.
Inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes.
Holiday, they get it again.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
That one goes in.
And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition, times it perfectly, and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
DiVincenzo against George. Lopez passes to Holiday. Back to Lopez. And he banks in the layup. Lopez has got 4 points in the quarter.
Lopez not to be denied. Nice strong finish there.
From deep, George. Down low. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. 8 points for Paul George.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Giannis up top. Defended by Batum. Outside Holiday. Back to Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And George, here we go. Add another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
Boy, how about the deceptive strength of George, fending off the defense exceedingly well there and taking the ball strong to the rack.
Back to Antetokounmpo. Middleton outside. Giannis kicks to Middleton. Off target from outside.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Bucks.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Giannis.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand. I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yep, I'd agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
16 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Outside Holiday. Back to Giannis. Paul George with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. For 3. It's off. And so the Bucks take the win. Some good moments throughout this one. But all right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
There it is, the Staples Center. And we've got...
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Quite a few injuries here between the two teams. 5 players out tonight.
5 players unavailable tonight. A lot of minutes and shots to go around.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Jordan. Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Green in at the 4 slot. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And there's Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George. Well, I love the attitude there of Jordan staying with the shot despite being grabbed.
And the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
Well, I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feels secondary. This is where Kyrie can work some of his magic out there on the floor, excels at getting the screen and taking advantage of any space he gets.
Now here is George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
You wonder if Paul George finally has a situation here where he could show why he's an elite player, why he's an all-star, but to pay off how hungry he is to prove it with a late postseason run.
Now here's Irving. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
You got to stay in front of Kyrie Irving at all times. Yeah, I said it here from the sidelines. Try doing it out there on the floor.
The deep 3 from George. Los Angeles with another miss. Nets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Count that bucket. And that's now 6 points for Kyrie Irving.
Now, they can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
George passes to Zubac. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Here is Harden over Jackson. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, after nailing the first 4 shots of the game, some relief for the defense. They finally missed one.
Wasted no time on that one. George has got 9.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Irving drives in. To the paint, Paul George with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Larson. Oh, the power on that. Prudent.
Unreal. Well, all of that starting right there with the steal by Paul George, illustrating his ability to anticipate that time. And a great play on the ball.
Now here is Harris to stop the run. Green, the pass to Jordan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Irving. Another shot, and it's sent back by George.
Not many guys have the two-way ability of a Paul George. Just as dangerous defensively as he can be offensively.
Outside Jackson. At the elbow, it's George. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Jordan. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Shoots over Batum. Green, no luck. Clippers leading by 5. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
PG showing that's a signature dunk from him.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Outside Irving. Back to Jordan. The kick out to Irving. Over George. Here's Jordan. Over in the corner, Green. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Good on the shot. Jordan's got his second basket.
I mean, he might as well pour a foundation and put some framework around that, because that's where DeAndre Jordan lives on the offensive glass.
Now, here's George. 11 points in the game. And a little luck that time, but it drops. George has got 13.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Harden against Jackson. And a wide open look for Irving. From outside, off the mark. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on an 11-2 run to the inside. Zubac. And it's blocked by Jordan.
And Jordan, a defensive stalwart, crushing the opposition with his shot blocking.
Nets trail by 7. Here's Harden. Here's Claxton. Yep, that one goes in there.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
Rondo with it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. Harden out there with Brown. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Griffin. And it's Claxton in at the 4-man position. Here's Rondo. Out to Morris. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Rondo against Harden. 18 feet out. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Rondo's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers. Rondo with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And the shot is good. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Harden scanning the floor. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Now Rondo. Passes it to Patterson. Back to Rondo. The 3. No good that time. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Brown the pass to Claxton. And that one drops for him.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And a wide open look for Rondo. Patterson passes to Kennard. Got a piece of it. Rondo with the steal. Back to Kennard. Rondo dishes to Morris. Pass to Mann for the 3. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, draw the D in, kick it out for the open shot. That's taking a page straight out of your textbook. Well done.
Here's Brown. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented. but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Here's Irving. Griffin kicks to Irving. Back to Griffin. Stolen by Zubats. And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping the fast break chance. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Irving against Jackson. Irving passes to Griffin. To the middle. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, that's pretty clever there with the pump fake. Aldridge is great at getting that defender to get up off the ground and then draw that foul.
The Nets making a switch here. Jordan's checked in.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
The pass to Mann. Here's Zubats. Here's Mann. He's got 8. Shot clock at 6. Lets it fly. Again, Los Angeles.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
Shot from 16, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Nice mid-range J. Automatic, it looks like, for Kyrie Irving right now.
Irving against Jackson. 46 seconds left in the second quarter. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Here's Mann. Second shot opportunity. And it's blocked by Jordan. But they recover it. Mann gets the bucket. Mann's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Irving's shot is good.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
Now here's Jackson. Kicks to Batum. Back to Jackson. Gets it off. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 13 points. And for the Clippers, the wing 10. Thanks for joining.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Oturu in at the center. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
And here's George. 13 points in the game. Leonard attacking. Outside for George. To the wing on the left. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. No good from outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
He gets it in there. Jordan's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Pass to Patterson. Leonard on the wing, guarded by Harris, and it's blocked by Jordan.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
A shot by Harden, wide open, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Harden's got 9.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
George looking over the floor. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Outside Leonard. George against Harden. And that one's good. George.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Harden up top, guarded by Jackson. Jordan kicks to Harden. Inside. Johnson, the pass to Jordan. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. 10 points for him.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Left side Jackson, outside George. To the paint, outside for Jackson. No good on the 3.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, and that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
A pretty simple solution to ending this run. It would just be getting back and actually playing some defense.
To the middle, got a piece of it. Here's Leonard, drops in the layup for 2. Leonard's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons, goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Harden the pass to Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Outside, George. Leonard with no one around. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists tonight. 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. It's Harden with the drive, and he makes that one. Harden's got 13.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the 2nd half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Clippers leading by 3. Outside, George. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. It's going to be on James Harden.
Paul George put his defender in the blender right there. Tough for him to guard that kind of possession.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
Now you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Irving looking for an opening. And the layup's good off the glass. 12 points for him.
So clever. He finds different ways to probe inside, and Kyrie with a great finish.
And the game still closely contested as we end the 3rd quarter. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Brown out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Griffin. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Claxton in at the power forward. They kick out to Brown. Here's Irving. Dishes it to Aldridge. Over Morris. Stolen away. Zubac's in the post. He's covered by Brown. And here we go. Brooklyn, fast break. Count that one.
Just another way Aldridge beats you. As a facilitator, very comfortable making decisions.
Irving against Rondo. Down low. And that one is good from Zubac. And the Clippers lead by 3.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. It's going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
For the Clippers, Leonard, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And a switch here for Brooklyn. James Harden, he's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And he makes the first. Both shots good from the stripe.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
On defense, Brooklyn. It's a 5-point game. Leonard against Brown. Left side, George. Zubac trying to break loose. A second chance effort. And there's the nice layup by George. George has got 21 in the game.
Well, positioning is one thing, but having the go-go gadget arms that Paul George has to get that rebound helps out a lot.
Claxton with the bucket.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now, and the shot goes in.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
Stolen by George. And now Batum pushing it up. No one back to stop him. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 5 assists in the game.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And George, here we go. Count that one. And now an 11-point Los Angeles lead.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Griffin kicks to Brown. The kick out to Irving. A three-pointer off the mark. And here are the Clippers. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Jackson finds Batum, and the dunk by Batum.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Irving against Jackson. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. And Harris subbed in for Bruce Brown. Here's Harden. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Free throw good from Harden. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Leonard looking over the floor. George against Harden. Here's Zubac. And that one is off. Jordan with some nice D. To the inside. Leonard with the steal. Here's Batum. And Nicholas Batum with the slam.
A
when you get into a system, your first system in the league, where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
Irving passes to Jordan. Misses in close. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option. And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Los Angeles.
This is a game where the defense, steals, specifically generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Paul George.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Harden against George. Stolen by Harden. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Irving from long range. But they'll get another chance. Out to Harris. Irving with it. It drops.
Well, Kyrie's resume in these kind of...
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. And for Los Angeles, they've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the 2. It's McCollum on the wing. Off target with his 3. Here's Los Angeles now. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. To the middle, Nurkic with the steal. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Jackson against Lillard. Fires from 14. Jackson misses.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
And here's McCollum for three. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Some coaches might not like taking the three on the fast break, but he had the open look and buried it.
Jackson kicks to Leonard. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
I love it, Kawhi. When you have skills from the mid-range, you don't need to force anything.
Lillard outside. The dish to Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
Now here's Jackson. Nurkic with the block. And he recovers it. Jackson passes to Zubac. 6 on the shot clock. Inside. Goes up again. Jackson kicks to Leonard. From deep, George. Outside Jackson. This one for 3. Rebounded by McCollum. Trailblazers leading by 4. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one, and Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line. They give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
One of the more instinctive passers over the last decade. Rondo quickly locates the open man.
Now here's McCollum. He has 5. Passes to Cantor. He kicks it to Powell. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Outside Rondo, and he converts the layup.
You got to respect the attacking mindset of Rondo. Always looking to go right to the cup.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. 41 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And the pass to Powell. 6 to shoot. Here's Simons. Kennard covering. But they get it back. Pass to Simons. Back to Anthony. Now the feed to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Here's Mann. Offline from the top of the key.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Portland out in front. They lead by 4. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
I look to the times where...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. They've got Anthony. He's out there with Norman Powell. C.J. McCollum out there with Ennis Cantor. And it's Simons in at the 1.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Patterson can't get it to go. Portland leading. Anthony right side. Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. And Los Angeles guys shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Kennard's shot is off.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
To the wing right side. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Powell. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed. Never in a hurry.
Outside Rondo. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And the strength of Rondo finishing through contact.
Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. McCollum outside. Takes a 3. Sinks the triple. McCollum's got the lead up to 5 now for Portland.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense. The ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Here's Mann. Pass to Rondo. From 12 feet out. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Out to Anthony. There's the triple. And another 3 for Portland.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
The drive by Rondo. Pass to Patterson. Knocks it loose. There's the pass to Simons. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Mann. He's guarded by McCollum. Out to Morris. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by McCollum. Portland leading by 8. Back to Powell. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Just 4 to shoot. Lillard misses. Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. A nice shot by George.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Lillard outside. Trying to find Covington. Gets it to him. Here's Nurkic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Just a load. I mean, at 7 feet, Nurkic also moves well. And that combo gets him to the line a bunch.
Clippers trail by 7.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And George, here we go. Nurkic with the steal. On the wing, Jones. He's covered by Leonard. Jones dishes to Little. Feeds to Nurkic. Stolen by George. Leonard inside. Working on Jones. Nobody near George. From outside, off the mark. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Here's Nurkic. The 7-footer falls. Nurkic has got 6. 19 seconds left now here in the second. George against Covington. And George kicks to Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They were never able to get the lead above 4. Checking out. And that should...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Now here's McCollum. 5 on the clock from 10 feet out. And the jumper is good. McCollum's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers. Reagan, New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that field, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Now, here's Batum. No points in the game yet for him. Jackson misses. Portland leading by 6. Outside, Jones. And here's Nurkic. He has 6. Jones finds Covington. Back to Jones. The three-pointer, no good. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Zubac. He can't hit that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Hits. Got that one from Nurkic.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
George against Covington. George passes to Zubac. Kicks to Jackson. Nurkic with the block.
Very cold start to the second half. 1 for 5, looking for some continuity.
Right wing. Here's Lillard, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
From deep, George. Zubac in the post. He's guarded by Nurkic. George fires, nails the wide-open jump shot. George has got 9 points.
Spacing and ball movement. We hear coaches talk about those 2 elements all the time. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Stolen by George. Lillard against Jackson. Batum passes to Zubac. The 3 from George. Tipped away and out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Now Powell. Paul George missing from long range. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And good that time. now, just a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
Hard to keep up with Reggie when he gets out in space. And on top of that, an excellent finisher.
Pass to Cantor. Foul for 3. Cantor inside. He's against Morris. Now here's Little. Guarded by Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. Second chance shot. Little gets the bucket. Little's got his first bucket in this one.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Giles the pass to Pop. 23 seconds left to play in the third. Clippers trail by 4. Here's Leonard. Second shot opportunity, and that's 2 points on the layup. Leonard's got 8 points.
Electrifying play by Kawhi Leonard. Boy, he is talented. This team relies on him for so much.
Little with the ball. Off the mark. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Trailblazers lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They've led by as much as 10. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Simons in at the 2 spot.
Talk about making halftime adjustments. You love what they're doing with him now offensively.
Here's Lillard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons.
And really, after trailing the entire game, they've got to be feeling good about evening things up.
Definitely. But this is the time when you want the momentum. Late is when you want to impose your will.
Here's Lillard. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. Pass to McCollum. Back to Nurkic. And stolen by Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Quick lick from Patterson makes finishing plays off with a dunk look easy.
Portland trailing here. Lillard outside. And Lillard throws it down.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
It's a tight contest. Those type of plays can fire up your team and swing momentum.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Covington wide open. He fires. And a miss there on the triple. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And George with the stuff.
The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
Now here's McCollum. Dishes it to Covington. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard with the ball. And there's a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Batum in for Marcus Morris. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Powell's checked in. Rondo passes to Zubac. Batum against Covington. Rondo, the shake. Boy, that looked like goaltending, yes. And the coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, each bucket's so critical.
And with this type of goaltending review process, one thing to keep in mind is that the rule states, quote, in order to overturn the event as called on the floor, there must be clear and conclusive visual evidence that the call was incorrect.
And so, Greg, if via replay there is any level of ambiguity, it makes sense that the original ruling would stay. But in that event, the coach has used up his one and only coach's challenge for the game. So, as you can tell, a lot riding on when you choose to use it. And so the decision is in. NBA Replay Center has ruled, guys. The call stands on the goaltend.
And maybe the only downside is that you use up your one coach's challenge for the game. So if anything happens beyond this point, you might wish you had that back. Smart not to take any chances and give it another look on the replay. That's such a valuable safety net for the officials to have.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. It's 0-0. One play at a time. Execute the game plan. That's how we're going to win this game. Evan is trying to keep them focused.
Lillard from deep three-point land. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got 9 points here in the second half. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Jackson, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Right side, George. Outside, Batum. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Batum's got his first bucket of the night.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Lillard fires away from way outside. And another three for Portland.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
George against McCollum. Outside Jackson. Back to George. Passes it to Zubac. Outside for George. Tries again. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Jones checked in for Pop.
Oh, and he caps that off in style. He gets the finish with the harm. Huge possession there to extend the lead.
Now here's Lillard. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
George looking around. Yes!
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Now Leonard. He dishes it to George. On deep. That shot off.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it. Los Angeles Cal. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA. And a couple of injuries among their reserves. I expect their starters guys will be ready to do whatever's needed.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum, and there's Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's George in at the shooting guard. Now here's DiVincenzo. Paul George unable to get his shot to go, and pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Now here is Holiday. He's looking for Giannis and finds him. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
Out to the right wing. Lopez kicks to Holiday. DiVincenzo passes to Holiday. Here's Antetokounmpo. Up and in on the layup. Giannis has got his second bucket.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
And here's George for 3. Here's Leonard. Rebounded by the Bucks.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
And the rejection by Leonard.
Well, tremendous intimidation and shot blocking by Kawhi Leonard. How nice is that?
And George kicks to Batum. Pulls it up. And it's George missing.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
For 3, Middleton. Lopez passes to Middleton. Back to Lopez. High shot from 10 feet out.
You know, I think Lopez knows basically he can get his shot up over anyone. That stretch ability as a perimeter scorer is so important.
Now here's Jackson. George with no one around. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. George has got 5.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Middleton outside. Lopez outside. Lets the 3 fly. Middleton can't get it to go. The Clippers in the lead. Here's George. Great D that time from Middleton.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Jackson misses. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Bucks. In the corner, Middleton with it. Lopez dishes to Middleton. Offline with his 3. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And then Leonard with the dunk.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Jackson against Holiday. In the corner, Middleton with it. Clock at 6. The kick out to Holiday. Off target from 3-point range. One-on-one fast break. Nobody near Leonard. His 3-pointer is off the mark. Milwaukee's gone 0-4 from 3-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside.
And you see Middleton on the perimeter a lot, but he's really been trying to add strength to that 6'8 frame so he can mix it up a little more inside.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Here's Tucker. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, that's just superb coordination and balance right there. Tucker's hard to move once he gets the ball inside.
And a wide open look for Rondo. Los Angeles with another miss.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Top of the key. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Yeah, you got to be better defensively on Rondo there as he comes off that screen.
Here is Forbes. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Bucks ahead, up 3. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And earlier we checked in with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who had this to say about losing to the Raptors back in 2019.
I think the most important lesson that I got.
All part of the process of achieving greatness.
Yeah, and most guys have had to go through it. MJ, LeBron, leading a team to a championship rarely happens early on.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Marcus Morris is out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Patrick Patterson, and it's Rajon Rondo, and it's Mann in at the 2 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Here is Forbes. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
Well, persistent defense on the part of Patrick Patterson. This guy anticipates the shot and says, no, sir.
Morris finds Kennard. Misses the 3.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Here's Portis. Can't get it to fall. Clippers trail by 4. Here's Mann. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. into the paint. Portis against Patterson. Here's Tucker. Pass to Portis. A second chance effort. That's tipped. Middleton against Kennard. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Kennard's got his first points in this one. Bucks shooting 39% from the floor at their best. Pass to Portis and stolen by Patterson. Mann passes to Kennard. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Takes the three. Good on the three-point shot. Kennard's got 5 now.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
And Rondo sends it back. And the wide open shot from Morris. The Clippers rebound, but they recover it. And there's the pass to Mann. Passes it to Kennard. Clock at 4. From deep three-point range, drains the three-pointer. Kennard's got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Here's Rondo following the bucket by the Bucks. Kennard, no good, shot missing. And Milwaukee the other way now. Portis drives in. Another shot. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Now just a 2-point Clipper lead.
Oh, if you don't put a body on Tucker, he will find a way to burn you on the offensive glass.
And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. From downtown, Morris with the rebound. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 12-4 run. Patterson, that's good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Forbes the pass to Middleton. And Tucker kicks to Portis. Pass to Connaughton. Now Middleton. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Rondo dishes to Patterson. No good from outside. Outside Portis. Connaughton kicks to Portis, right wing. Here's Tucker. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Clippers ahead.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to eat. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were always within striking distance. 5 points was their... And...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. The Bucks trail. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the 3 spot.
And really, the ceiling for Antetokounmpo is limitless. I mean, he has the potential to be a Hall of Famer one day.
And for the Clippers, they're shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. And here's George for 3. He doesn't hit that one. The Bucks go the other way with it. Here's DiVincenzo. A miss that time would have put him up. Now the Clippers with it. Lopez over to help. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Buries the long-range jumper. Leonard's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Antetokounmpo. Great D that time from Batum.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher. Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Holiday looking for an opening. And the layup falls.
An intense competitor. It's clear that Holiday enjoys going hard at the defense and finishing on them.
From deep, George buries it from 3-point range. George has got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Here's Holiday. Banked in off the glass. Holiday's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Jackson kicks to Batum. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Brook Lopez.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing. And his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there. Kind of a glue guy.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Holiday up top, guarded by Jackson. Misses the layup. Clippers leading by 6. Here's Leonard. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. It goes on Chris Middleton.
We are talking about a solid 230 pounds. Kawhi Leonard's strength and his frame allows him to get shots off under duress.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the 3rd quarter now. Outside Jackson. Pass to Zubac. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Bucks trail by 8. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the 3rd here. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And that move has become second nature for Giannis. Once he establishes position, game over.
Here's Jackson. Batum. It's good on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 8.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Outside Holiday. The pass to DiVincenzo. Stolen by George. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It goes on Chris Middleton.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubats. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Kawhi Leonard. The Bucks also changing it up. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. P.J. Tucker comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Rondo. Morris dishes to Rondo. Outside for George. Goes back up. And it's good on the way in. George has got 12.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Giannis inside. Patterson defending. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, it's just solid awareness by Brook Lopez, working hard to get his team a second opportunity.
Here's Rondo. No good on the three. Bucks trail by 8. Here's Giannis. And a missed layup. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And how about the confidence right now from Jackson? Not bashful at attacking and drawing attention from there.
And so he hits both.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Here is Forbes. Down low. And the dunk by Lopez.
Boy, you love Lopez's effort. This guy dunking is easy for him, right? He's close to the rim, 7 foot. Come on now.
It'll count. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Clippers lead by 8. And now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Rajon Rondo is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Patterson in at the center, locking down the middle. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Second chance shot, poked loose. Portis against Jackson. Portis kicks to Connaughton. The kick out to Holiday. Here's the three. The Bucks keep it going. A new 14-second clock. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Jackson gets the bucket.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Back to Holiday. To the inside. Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And the shot goes in. And now it's a 12-point Clipper lead.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Outside for Rondo. And stolen by Portis. Rondo against DiVincenzo. Here's Holiday. And the shot goes down.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
Rondo drives in. Milwaukee with the rebound. Portis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's DiVincenzo. And that one, good. DiVincenzo's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Milwaukee. And here's Rondo. He kicks to Patterson. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. There's the killer two-handed slam.
You know, that's an area where Tucker continues to improve, making the extra pass.
Outside, George. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
Holiday against Rondo. Here's Portis, and Portis throws it down.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Rondo scanning the floor. Rebounded by the Bucks.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And he gets it to go.
High drama here, guys. I mean, they've managed to get hot just when it looked like this thing was out of reach.
Here's Rondo. Morris inside, guarded by Tucker. That one's not going to go. The Bucks go the other way with it. A floater, Connaughton, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Morris, and Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Milwaukee also making some changes. Lopez comes in for Portis, and Antetokounmpo subbed in for P.J. Tucker.
And they needed that. Their lead is getting smaller by the minute.
And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And they double up Giannis. Stolen by Zubac. Holiday against Jackson. That one doesn't go. Excellent D there from Holiday. And they're on the break. DiVincenzo passes to Giannis. Got it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
George against DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 6. Lopez against George. And it's sent back by Lopez. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
And so it's Milwaukee now. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Holiday with it. To take the lead. Misses the tray. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.